Hi, Amy Elizabeth, somatic and intuitive healer here.
And Kate, I like to break things down, get a little more clarity on the things that maybe we don't understand. Amy gets really excited about astrology and stuff, and she kind of gallops off with all these thoughts and ideas, and kind of leaves us in the dust sometimes. And so we need some clarity on some of the terms she's talking about and where she's trying to go, because we'd like to go too. It's easier to go if we understand what she's talking about.
It's great. So the thing I wanted to touch on today is the new year. Everybody is new year, new year, new year. And I keep saying, well, I know that the calendar is changing, and I do not acknowledge this as the new year.
When do you acknowledge the new year, Amy?
Coming up, we're looking at a new year that starts on April 8th.
Okay.
And of 2024.
And why is that?
That is because, so we live in the Northern Hemisphere here. And we hear, I know I've certainly been seeing in my news feed, that it's New Year's and it's time to make a resolution and how to not fail at your New Year's resolution. And part of living shamanically is living in sync with natural cycles and grounded energy, not just cosmic energy, but grounded energy. The difference between a shaman and a mystic is a mystic goes up into the magics and just stays there, has no ability to translate and no ability to live here. Boots on the ground. We chose, our infinite souls chose a finite human experience.
Okay.
And the shaman brings all the magic back down and says, hey, this is what the energy says. This is what it looks like we should really, truly be doing. We just had the winter solstice. We are headed into the coldest time of the year. And if we look at the natural energy cycles are here in the Northern Hemisphere, inviting us into a time to be fallow, into a time of rest, into a time of turning inward, right? This is a time of cold. We've got animals hibernating. And yeah, I know that for culturally, somehow turning towards ourselves is a really challenging thing. It's a hard thing. People don't like to do it. It is much, much easier to be out and doing and busy and going. And I got to start a new exercise program, and I got to start a new this, and I got to do this, and I gotta go. And energetically, our trees don't have any leaves. The grass is meant to be brown for those that have grass. The native gardens are meant to be a haven for sleeping, resting, insects, pollinators, for food and seeds for birds. Energetically, we are not supported to be setting New Year's resolutions and viewing the change in the calendar as a fresh start.
Okay.
Because we just entered Capricorn season with the solstice. Capricorn season is very simply about practicality. It's the practicalities. It's what do you actually need to make life work? It's practicalities. And then we're going to move into Aquarius season. And with Aquarius season, the thing that we're looking at is having new ideas, but we're not looking at birthing any of them. This is a time that with practicality of Capricorn says, well, can you shed the things that don't work? Can you stop hauling forward the weight that is created come Taurus season when we ground our energy in the world around us? Which is, of course, why I'm saying, please wait until April 8th, 2024, to set up your resolutions, to set up and try to birth or start something new. Because, of course, after Aquarian season, which Aquarius is known for how cold it is. Like, if we look at the sign of Aquarius in any birth chart, that's the area of life we are coldest, where we are hardest for people to break through the ice and get to us. And then we move right into Pisces season. And Pisces season is about the undoing of everything.
Okay.
So if we look at the way this works, energetically now is not the time for New Year. Astrologically, shamanically, this is a change in the calendar season. That's
well,
all
and
it is.
I would agree. So there's less light. It's hard to be kind of motivated when it's dark so late into the morning and so early at night. So waiting till spring and the sun comes back a little bit more and the weather's a little bit more temperate to start something new. I can't argue with that.
Yeah. And it's a part of like shamanism. Living shamanically is just that simple. What is the sun doing? What are the birds doing? What are the animals and the insects doing? And then leaning into that rather than deciding, like, we can start something new anytime.
Sure.
We are continually in one medicine walk or another. We just had a Cancer full moon on the 26th, which was yesterday. Very nourishing. It was beautiful because Saturn was involved, Jupiter was involved. There were all these really nourishing aspects asking us to look at the practicalities and the practicalities of what it is to feel nurtured, the practicalities of what it is to self-explore and self-expand. And, next month we're going to be looking at a Leo new moon.
Okay.
And remember that moons are part of a 2-year cycle. So when I say we're always on a medicine walk, there is always an energy we can tap into to start something if we're working with the proper energies. If we're just working with a calendar that shifts from 23 to 24, that doesn't have natural world weight. That is a part of the human concept of shrinking time down into something linear rather than having it be space-time, which is a 360-degree experience.
Okay.
So my invitation is to wait until April 8th to set down your desires, your wants, your intentions, your longings, and to spend these next 3 months really getting clear on the practicalities, letting go of dreams that you've maybe been hauling around, because we all have them. That thing I'm going to do someday, that hobby I'm going to take up, whatever that thing is, it's really time. These 3 months are the time to look at those things and say, well, I've been hauling that around for a long time.
So why? What's behind it?
Yeah, what's behind it? What's under it? How is this serving me? Is it keeping me energetically stuck in another time and place? In the Toltec tradition, we have a practice called recapitulation. And a big portion of that is going back to those times and spaces to collect our energy that has been left there, because we leave pieces. And this is one of the ways that souls become fragmented. So I promised I would keep this short.
Yeah.
I have a client coming. And if you want to learn more, reach out. Let's have a discussion. My women's circle is open for registration in January. If you are up for a one-day in-person workshop, we've got one of those going on here on January 13th. And I do astrology readings, and I work with people all over the country shamanically. So sending you all kinds of seasons greetings and peace. and joyous calendar change.
At the
Just-
right time. Don't do it too soon.
Just hold it. Hold what you want to produce, because we can't always be in production.